First elimination final, we've got the Manly Seagulls hosting at Asbestos Land against the Cronulla Sharks. Ben, your mates, what do you think?
This is an interesting one. We've probably got Manly at a good time with just some of the players they've lost through injury and suspension. And the Sharks are playing a little better, I think, than they have. They've sort of found a little bit of form, but Manly, they're a bogey side. They always tend to beat the Sharks, so that does worry me. They just always do.
I seen a stat and it said at Brookvale, Sharks have won 5 of 38.
Yeah.
So
history. Yeah.
So, good odds going down there.
I don't know. I mean, I think we can win if we play well, but Manly, they're a bogey team.
Moylan back?
We're not going to know until later on.
Jeez, would you want him back after the way they played last week?
Well,
Duke's at the back, so I think he's playing great at the back.
If Moylan's fit and playing well, yeah, you want him, of course, but if he's not there, it's not the end of the world.
It looks like Ronaldo, CR7's going to be out for a couple of weeks.
So maybe Katoa comes back in
if Moylan's back, then you put Dukes back in the back line.
Or even maybe you could shift the back line around and Capewell maybe goes into the centres.
Yep.
And Morris switches to the wing or whatever.
Yeah. If Moylan's back, do you think it would be Moylan, Morris, Cherry, Dugan, Fecky?
Yeah.
That's how you go?
Yeah, I'd go that way.
Yeah.
So yeah, my tip would be Sharks, but very, very concerned because Manly are very capable of causing these games, these upsets.
Yeah.
They'll relish this challenge, Manly, backs against the wall.
Yeah, but the Wizard...
And they'll fancy themselves. They beat us at Shark Park this year.
Yeah.
And they didn't have Tommy Turbo or DCE playing. So they're more than capable.
But I think that was more a reflection on the Sharks than it was...
I'd say we're going a bit better now, but...
Yeah.
They get us a lot. So, I don't know.
What do you think, T?
Yeah, I agree with Benny. I think the Sharks will win. It's going to be... I think the conditions are going to tell apart as well. That boggy track, Asbestos Land, down there.
Confirmed to be hosting as well. Like they are going to be playing there.
Maybe if they can get if it's a boggy track, I think it's going to be one of those tight semi-final games.
That's perfect for Sharks.
Exactly. The best thing about their game against the Tigers the other day, what I really liked was their completion rate, completed in that high 70s, which was really good. The second thing that I really liked, I think it was after their first try, just before half-time. They're set at 6 after that try. They made 55. Johnson just nailed it into the corner for a scrum feed. And I just thought, to myself, man, they when they get it right, they're good. Yeah. And the third thing, in 6 minutes, they blew the Tigers.
Are you a little worried? I know at their best they could probably blow pretty much any team away, but are you worried that you're only going to give a good 10 or 20 minutes?
Well, that's been the issue all season, hasn't it? That's why they are where they are,
Well, it seems like if they only turn it on for 10 or 20 minutes and they get 3 or 4 tries and they let the teams back in. I'm going to go Sharks 13+. I think Manly.
So they'll get it right this week.
I think Manly are on their last legs. I think they're fucked.
Yeah,
but
I do think we've got them at a good time. That is lucky for us.
I don't think there's ever been a better time to play Manly at Lotto Land. Manly, I think they just sort of they mix their backs with the fullback with the Ruben Garrick come on to the back. I don't think he's a real fullback. And they had Elliott on the wing there for a bit. I think they're still trying to figure out who's better. And it's not the time to be changing that sort of stuff around, especially because most teams do the block play with the fullback doing the pass out. And if you're not going to get that right, most teams can't even score. And I thought DC was real ordinary last week against Parramatta. They're also might be missing Marty Tapau for a week.
Yeah, that's big.
Which is huge. I really think Sharks. It's tough because you look on paper, you think Sharks. This is one of the greatest teams in the comp, and they might give you only 10 or 15 minutes, but it could be the best 10 or 15 minutes in the whole weekend out of anyone.
Yeah.
But as long as the Sharks give a good account of themselves, they'll win easy, I think. So I don't think that the hoodoo down at Manly's going to count this week.
One thing I will say, last week goal kicking was actually pretty good.
Well,
Johnson missed the first one. It hit the post.
Yeah.
So not a terrible effort, and then he nailed a few from out wide. So it was good. It was good to see.
Mate.
Apparently, Chad was meant to kick as well.
Why didn't he?
Well, it was early on, and Chad was gassed apparently.
Yep.
And Sean just went up to him and said, "Mate, you're right. I'll take it if you want." And Chad goes, "All right, no worries." And he
missed.
hit the post, and then he just kept going.
Yeah.
So,
If the grand final, if the Sharks make it to the grand final, and it's 14-all against the Roosters in the 87th minute, 25 out,
87th minute?
would Paul Gallen step up? Man, he nailed that, didn't he?
it was a good field
Do you
goal.
think, do you reckon it was just because he had free reign? No one was expecting him to do that.
Well, yeah.
Oh my God.
It was, they were up 24.
When it went past the crossbar, that thing was still rising. He absolutely
How far was it out?
nailed
It was only 25 out, right?
Yeah.
So,
Mate, he would have kicked at 40.
geez, you would think, put all your blockers out, as they do, and have Johnson at the back or something, and then pass to your blocker Gal, and just everyone run past him, and you just slot the one. But,
Best field goal kicker I've ever seen.
well, he's 1 from 1.
That's it.
100%. You can't go. You can't go.
He hasn't missed a conversion either. So.
I know. He kicked that one against the Bronx.
He could have been the leading point scorer of all time.
I know. 100% off the boot this year in any form.
Oh, that's it. They've been struggling for a kicker. Gell's had his hand up the whole time.
He's been doing extras all year for this. He's been thinking, fuck, this is pretty good. I'm in. He's been doing 2 hours a week extra with Dale Halligan, and he just can't get it. But,
Can I say, in that Manly and Para game last week, I thought Para obviously were the better side, and they beat him well.
yeah.
But I thought when they cut the deficit to 6 or 4, just after half time, that middle period of half time, Hasler took Fain off and brought Coruscant back on, and I just thought they lost a bit of their momentum.
Fanu's very good.
He is good. He scored the 2 tries. The second one wasn't a try, but he scored the 2, and then I thought, he's starting to look a little bit dangerous, and they hooked him, but that might be the Sharks. DCE obviously and Dylan Walker, but he might be through the middle when the big blokes are tired. So for Feeder and Gal and all those blokes are going to have to be on their game.
If they just run at Fainu for 45, 50 minutes, get him off.
Yeah.
Bring Coruscant on, then run at Coruscant. But, yeah. Anything else?
Nah.
What do you guys think? Manly, can they keep the hoodoo going at Lotto Land, or will the Sharks, can they get through the second week of finals as the underdogs? Let us know in the comments.